How's it going, YouTube? This is The Old Scribe, and I am going to show you today how you can create a ridiculously long enemy chain in Final Fantasy XII. So, the first thing you're going to notice is that my characters are pretty advanced level. I leveled up the bottom three, and now I'm trying to level up Vaughn. And to do so, we're going to exploit an area that drops all the same enemy. So I'm just going to show you what I've got equipped on my characters. Even though the characters are advanced level and they're using some pretty high level equipment, it's not the ridiculously 1 in a million chance equipment to get. The Masamune you can get by defeating Gilgamesh, and you can also get the Genji equipment by stealing from him. And then for Bosch, we've got the Zodiac Spear. It's a 1 in 100 chance to get a chest to open, but once you see that chest, it will always contain the Zodiac Spear. So it's, it'll take about a half hour to an hour, maybe a little bit longer than that if you're unlucky, but it's fairly easy to get. And then Ash has the Worm Hero Blade. And you'll notice that all of my characters do have ribbons. The Worm Hero Blade and the ribbons I got by stealing from the trials. At level 49, you can steal ribbons from the enemy there, and you just have to quit out, restart it, and just keep doing that, and you can get 3 ribbons. And then at level 50 on the trials, you can steal the Worm Hero Blade. Now, the reason why it's important that Ash has the Worm Hero Blade is because it automatically gives her bravery and faith. And faith is going to be very important for what we are about to do. Alright, so let me show you the location that we're at. You can obviously see that we are in the Henne Mines. Once you start from the save point, if you go up to the right and back down, you're going to end up in this Pithead Junction C, and that's where we need to be to drop our enemies. Now what we're going to do is, this is where we drop the enemies. We're going to run here to cross over C, and then run over to the Phase 2 dig, because in order for this exploit to reset, you need to move 2 zones. So that's what we're going to be doing. Alright, so now you know where you need to be. Let's take a quick look at our gambits. Alright, so Vaughn's gambits actually don't matter too much, because he's just the character we're trying to level up. I've got Protect Aga on him. It's just, making sure that our characters are protected as much as possible. The important ones are going to be our healer and our damage dealer. So my healer is actually Bosch for the moment. So you want to make sure that if a character goes down, he can do Phoenix down. I've got him set at 60% Kuraja, so if character falls below, he's going to do Cure. And just a couple things here and there, just in case. I actually had this set up before I had my ribbons, but the big one that you need to have is the ally any Phoenix down, and the ally HP less than 60 Kuraja. Now Ash, her attack is going to be Ardor. Now, your characters might not be Bosch as the healer and Ash as Ardor. It depends on what you set your characters up as. So for me, I have Ash set up as a white mage, red battle mage. Whatever character you have set up as the red battle mage is the one that you absolutely positively need in order to get this to work, because you need a spell that's high enough damage that does area damage. Ardor has worked the best for me, and I like having Ash in my party. She's my favorite character. So, Ash is going to do our Ardor damage, or basically just the widespread damage, and Bosch as the knight is going to be our healer, because I gave him Hashmal, and that allowed him to do some basic healing for us. Okay, so now that you know what we're doing, and where we're doing it, and how we're doing it, I'm going to show you how this works. So, like I said, we need to run back. Now, when you first enter this area, there's going to be some Hekdais here. Oh, looks like they just respawned. So, I'm going to keep moving back here. The important thing is that you can't damage any other enemies other than the Avasteels. I'm probably pronouncing these things terribly wrong. Now, one thing to note is that that's the first time I've seen those in a while, so I was just getting my microphone ready and stuff like that. So if you keep doing this, you actually won't need to flee between zones, and you won't need to worry about possibly dying here. But as long as you keep moving fast enough, they will not hurt you. So, once your characters have all the buffs they need, it's also very important that you have bubble going on, you're going to hit this switch. Now, this is going to drop about 16 enemies into the zone, and I'm just going to show you how this works. With Ash using Ardor or your red battle mage using Ardor, they just make short work of all of these enemies. Now Boss, as my healer, is healing me from time to time. And the nice thing about building up a great chain is that when you pick up those gold things, they sometimes give you healing bonuses. Alright, so, since there are some Hecties in the area, we are just going to flee. Get our characters to apply buffs. You can actually start doing this at about level 60. And I'll show you how to do it. You're still going to use Ardor, but instead of having Vaughn, the character, be entirely useless, that character is going to be a character that can cast Sleep Aga. Because you need to put these things to sleep if they're a low enough level. Also, since your white battle mage would not be a high enough level, you're going to need to oil them first. Or sorry, your white mage won't be a high enough level. Your red battle mage won't be a high enough level. So you need to oil them first, and then do Ardor. And then at about level 60, you can start doing this trick. But again, we're just going to sit back, relax. And I honestly have no idea what happens when we get to 1,000 chain. That's why I was actually doing this video. So, I think it'll take about 2 more goes, and we'll find out together. Now you'll notice that every time I do this, I kind of run away into that corner. I found that I die a lot less when I hide back there and let my 2 main characters just go to town, or my 2 fighters go to town. That's what's worked best for me so far. The one sucky part about trying to build up 1,000 chain is that I can guarantee you that at this point I have 99 dark crystals, 99 vampire fangs, and everything else that the Absteels could drop. So if you need money, there's really no reason to build up a ridiculous chain like this, other than just for the sake of doing it. So my recommendation is, if you need money, is to, once you get to a chain of about 150 to 200, stop and go sell some stuff. The only problem with doing that is you're obviously going to be touching a gate crystal, and when you touch a gate crystal, your chain respawns. But as you guys can see, I'm pretty well set on money, so we don't need to worry about that. Don't think it'll trigger this time. I think we're going to have to wait 1 more. See if the game can actually calculate 1,000 chain. Or if it'll just, well, let's see. There's 3 here. I think we'll be too short. Oh. 999. That might be it. Let's go and see if we can get another one. It's kind of anticlimactic. I apologize for that. Alrighty, let's see what happens. Is the game smart enough to make this work? Nope, looks like it's just going to stay at a 999 chain no matter what. You'd think for the Zodiac Age they would have fixed that. Alas, they did not. Alright. So it turns out you can't get 1,000 chain even if you have killed 1,000 of the same monsters. But the important thing is we had fun doing it. Also, since I started, my Yvonne went from about a level 67 to 91. So that gives you an idea of how much leveling you can do. Alright, that is it for me. If you want to check out any of my other videos, you are welcome to. I should be posting videos about how to get some of the weapons that I've gotten, and the armor as well. Otherwise, if you like what you see, subscribe and give me a shout out in the comments. Alright, take care.